Hello, everyone. Shayne here with Terrestrial Vibes. I am joined tonight by the lovely Tiffany from Modern Mystic, and we are doing our Friday spiritual Q&A.
It's been a bit.
It has been a bit. We haven't done this for a little while,
Yeah.
Well, you've had some health issues and things going on, so we got to get you healthy before you can help the people, right?
Very,
And I
very
think
true.
that's a theme I think that goes on for a lot of us, right?
It does. It does. And when it comes to health, that's where we got to take care of ourselves first, because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
True, true.
So you want to start off with a little bit about yourself, or you want me to start off, or how do we want to do
this? Normally we just kind of get going that way, and that gives us a chance to share everything out. So if you are joining us in the broadcast tonight, I would love it, actually both of us would love it, if you could share this out so that it helps reach more people, and more people can benefit from the questions and things that we have to offer you guys tonight. So how this works is you guys ask your spiritual questions. We try to answer them with our spiritual knowledge. And you're thinking, well, how do these guys know? What do these people know that we don't know, right? And here's a little background, I guess, right? So for me, I've been a meditation person since I was in my teens. I learned how to meditate and move energy around and things like that. So I've always been kind of spiritual. Did a whole bunch of 3D stuff for a little while, and then got back into my spirituality about 8 years ago, 7-8 years ago now, and learned Reiki and Pranic Healing and crystal bowl healing and a few other things. And that led me to start doing exorcisms and house clearings and a few other things. So I come from a background of being able to bring a bit of power into energy work, as well as the love, right? And help everybody in that regard. So I offer everything from meditations to crystal bowl, sound healing, sound baths, things like that on my social media. And you can also find ways to book with me and receive a healing, a long distance healing or a crystal bowl healing via the internet as well. And yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me. What about you, Tiffany?
Much like you know, I have been walking the spiritual path like steadily for oh, there, I heard
That was us. That was us. On my phone.
Steadily for about a little over 10 years. Much like Shayne, I knew from a very early age that there was so much more to this world in which we exist. And I was born empathic. I've always been an empath. I was born with clairvoyance, so I could see auras and colors and spirit as a kid. Tamped a lot of that down to fit into society and, to fit into school, because that's just something that we have to do to fit in. And then years back, I had, this crazy experience of a Kundalini Awakening, and that brought all of my gifts back online, and it has been there ever since. And so I, like Shayne, I've had, the career I've had, I was a theater arts teacher for 12 years in public school system. And I just kept putting off my path. And the more I would put it off, it was like the more persistent spirit or the universe would get with me. And to where it's like I had to follow my soul, and it led me to studying Reiki. It led me to learning Reiki and being a Reiki master teacher. I also teach psychic development. I teach mediumship. I've done tarot and oracle since I was about 16. Metaphysical and occult has always been something that has been of interest of mine, from very early on. And, I was the weird kid who was checking out, Celtic magic books from the library in middle school. I mean, like, it was one of those things. And so a lot of us have been, I'm seeing some questions already. A lot of us have been on this path for most of our lives. And it's like the more we try to like put it off or avoid it, the louder it gets.
Yeah.
And so that's where it led me to reaching out on Facebook years back to find more community, to find more people like myself. And it led me to finding amazing people like Shayne and like you, and to where we are today to have some question and answers.
There, I think I got it shared out to a bunch of places, I think.
We've got, hi, Brianna. Hi, Alpha. Hi, Lisa. Oh, girl, Lisa.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm looking. Hi, Oka, girl. Totally get you on that one. Hi, Love Hope. Hi, Alora. Everybody, welcome. If you can tell us where you're from, we always love to see where everybody is from. I'm in Texas.
That's true.
And Shayne over there. Shayne.
Over there?
Over there. He's Canadian.
I'm Canadian. I'm from way up in Calgary. So I see somebody's from Winnipeg. That's wonderful. Winnipeg's a chilly place sometimes.
Oh,
Lisa's from Maryland.
I'm seeing that. Lisa, that is a big question that we will definitely get to. That's a great question that she posed that we can start with, as everyone's talking about. We've got a bunch of people: Maine, Maryland, Buffalo,
Southern Alberta. Hey, that's like me. Autumn rain. Yeah, I'm in Calgary. So hopefully there's some people on my feed that show up, right? From my
Autumn's one of my students. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Really?
Yeah. We got Ohio. Autumn says she's going there tomorrow.
In Calgary tomorrow. That's nice. Tomorrow's my day off, which is usually not a day off. It's usually get a lot of stuff that I have been putting off done. Wisconsin, Audrey says. We are doing good. I am doing good, by the way. I am getting some life 3D stuff done and that stuff out of the way so I can concentrate a little bit more on new videos and things and meditation and doing stuff like that. So yeah, it's supposedly, I say day off, like day off, but it's not really a day off.
It's really not a day off.
I do a lot of stuff. I end up on the computer. I end up doing a bunch of stuff. So yes, we want to. So for those of you just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. If I could urge you to share this out on your favorite social medias and tag your favorite friends who would love to join us in this kind of spiritual broadcast, interactive spiritual broadcast. Because you guys are really what makes the show go by asking the questions. So if you guys have a question, let us know in the comments, and yeah. We'll do our best to give you either my answer or Tiffany's answer, or both answers.
Oh, wow. This one. Lisa is, you know, when it comes to the spirituality aspects, girl, I wish I could tell you that you could just like shut it off. But it doesn't shut off, but we can tamp it down because we have to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, our bodies, things get so loud in our own lives that we have no choice but to step back and say, I've got to send some of this energy, some of this healing, some of this love that I'm giving everybody else my direction too.
You should always send it your way first, because if you're full, then it's really easy to send to other people. And honestly, if you're sending to other people and you're using your own energy, that's probably something else we should talk about. But you shouldn't be doing that. You should be always drawing from source energy or from God, or however you want to look at it. Chi, prana from around you, from the trees, all that sort of stuff, right? Reiki energy. It doesn't come from our own energy source. It comes from outside of us, so we channel it.
Well, some do send it from themselves, but that's where they do deplete themselves so much. So that's
what I'm saying. We got to caution ourselves not to do that, because you end up not helping as many people as you could help because you're crashing all the time, right?
Don't talk to me like that. No.
Not you, but like it's not just it's everybody, even myself, right? So even I have days where I've like give, and I'm like, holy crap!
You got to take time for you, and you've got to do the things that keep your vibration up. You got to do the things that you love too. It can't be, what is it that saying, all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy, or however it goes.
Yeah.
I totally messed that one up, but it's something like that. And that's where we've got to find that balance. And that is a very tricky thing. I saw someone say, get a bulletproof vest. I saw someone else, was just like, just tell it to go away. And it's more of integration. It's more of finding our balance, finding our way to exist on that fine line that so many of us walk.
I don't think it's more. She's asking further here. How do you notice if you're? How do you know if you're full, and then you can help other people? I think when you feel good, you're full, right? When you feel healthy, when you feel happy, when your vibration is high, and I think it has to do with your vibration. If you're just like, oh, I'm so tired, or oh, I'm so, like sad, or in a funk, or something like that, you shouldn't be trying to heal other people. I think it's more of a noticing how empty you are, and not as how full you are. When you're full, you don't notice because you're happy and you're able to do things and not even have a second thought. You don't have a second thought of it, right? So when you're empty and you're still trying to give, I think that's where we're trying to get to, right?
Yes, irritable. I know when I need to step back, especially like for the last month, I've been having to deal with my own health stuff. I battle lupus and I have fibromyalgia. And so, and I go through these treatments, and I'm doing much better with it. Reiki and healing and walking this path has definitely been a saving grace for me. But there are those times where I do get smacked a little bit because I'll do too much. And my body is like, nope. And that's where it's like, got to go back in, got to work within myself, to really come back to my own center, to be able to give from a more full cup rather than constantly burning myself from both ends.
Exactly.
It's one of those things.
Yeah. Hello, Callista. Good to see you again. I see Callista. Hello, Elora. A few new names in the crowd tonight.
I'm seeing that.
Acacia. Acacia. Am I saying that correctly?
Acacia. Okay. Cool, Lisa. I do pretty good on the pain level part. I do pretty well with that one. Mine is more inflammation and organ involvement.
Oh, we got some Facebook users. That reminds me, if you are joining from a faraway group or not on one of the main feeds from either Modern Mystic or Terrestrial Vibes, or I think it's on my personal page as well, head over to one of those. We can't see your name unless you go over to one of those. Also, StreamYard has a link that you have to click sometimes to make the comments show up. So if your comment isn't showing up, that's probably why. So check in the bottom of the description of the video here, and that will kind of help you get to chat with us a little bit better, right?
That's what Lisa is saying. What do you always tell me?
Allergic reaction to processed foods and chemicals. Yeah.
And
inflammation.
virus, because I had mono when I was a teenager, and that was my trigger virus.
Yep.
We're not doing readings tonight, Victoria. Tonight is our Q&A. So if you have any questions for us.
This is a Q&A. But speaking of, Tiffany does super awesome readings, so you should check her out on her page, The Modern Mystic. And as well, you can book readings with Tiffany when she's in her feeling good mode. And
I will next week. Mode. I will be booking readings next week. So I've got some openings.
And they are super awesome. She is super awesome at Tarot Lenormand, which is great for you wanting romantic relationships and wanting answers in that regard, right?
Love it. Thank you.
You're reading.
I was reading. I was totally distracted. You know me so well. I got distracted by Audrey's question.
Did you? Let's show it then.
Yeah, I got told.
What are cryptids? Audrey, can you explain what are cryptids, and then we'll tell you if we believe in them.
Exactly, Audrey. I have an idea of what she's calling cryptids, but I want to double check that we're on the same page. And yeah, absolutely, Angelica. I do tarot, and I do oracle cards. I do pendulum.
And she's a medium, so she'll get messages that way.
I get a lot of messages, y'all. Like it'll be like, and I do readings on Messenger, and so I'm talking to you as we're doing the reading.
Yeah,
Lisa,
and welcome from the YouTube people. Talking over each other. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm gonna add Lisa. I'm gonna send her a friend request later. And it's the full moon has beat me up really bad.
Yeah. The full moon tends to do that a lot.
I have been like, bam, and it was a full moon in Aries. And so it was that fiery kind of like stuff coming up kind of energy of stuff that needed to be released. And it knocked a lot of us on our butts.
Yeah, and to me, that's what Lisa's asking. Will the new moons kill me too? They tend to beat my body up. For me, new moons are the stripping one. That's like, okay, get rid of everything you don't need and start fresh kind of thing. And if you have stuff that you're like hanging on to when it's new moon, it's usually a little rougher on us. It's a little more, a little more stripping is going on.
It's more brutal.
Yeah, so if you do the work beforehand, say a couple days before the new moon, sit down, set your intentions. Hey, this is what I no longer need in my life. This is what I'm letting go of this new moon, and this is what I'm starting after the new moon. That can help you energetically. People are really interested in getting readings from you, Tiffany.
What?
What did you say? I said people are really interested in getting readings from you, Tiffany.
Oh, interesting. We got a lot of questions too. Y'all can just message me on Modern Mystic. Send me a shout out.
I'll post your link tree as well. The link tree is floating across the bottom, just linktree/Modern Mystic for all of Tiffany's links, and linktree/Terrestrial Vibes for all of mine. But I'll put a link in the comments here so that you guys can actually see it. Dun, 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 and click.
Where did Audrey go? I wonder. Oh wow, we do have a lot. Hi. Okay, I'm seeing this now. Okay, what?
So Tiffany's links here.
Oh, thank you. And, Audrey hasn't gotten back to us, but when I think of cryptids, I think of like crypto, like the zoology aspect, like in believing in, like animals like Sasquatch, Bigfoot, believing in cryptids, like alternate types of beings that could be existing and coexisting on this planet right underneath our noses that we don't know anything about, or that have been here for a long time. That kind of
if that's what it means, I think there's lots that I do believe in, and there's also lots that I think is, hoaxy, but it'd be depending on the case, what
I've fallen down that rabbit hole.
Sometimes it's interesting, right, to go down those and go, oh, it's neat to actually start to unbend our mind a little bit and allow these thoughts and ideas come in and say, okay, well, there's a possibility that could be, or there's a possibility that this could be, etc. Right?
I wouldn't rule it out. Like, when it comes to certain things, like, and have like, now speaking of like cryptids, I have seen attachments on people, and people can consider that, type of cryptid. So like with clairvoyance, when I'm doing in-person Reiki sessions or even distant healings, it's one of those things that you see stuff that you gotta, get rid of it or heal it or deal with it, kind of like cord attachments and things like that. So that's where that's not so far out in that realm of what some would consider, different. That's actually something that's very normal.
Yeah, and for me, doing exorcism work and seeing dark entities and things like that, and
Ghosts.
dealing with that sort of stuff, it's almost funny because sometimes the movies get lucky and they're like really bang on to something that I was like experienced myself, and a lot of times they're really far fetched, and it's kind of like. It's interesting to go through it on a spiritual level and experience the energies themselves and how they feel, because that's really what it is. It's a feeling that you're going through, not the actual like experience of what you're seeing and what you're, like the shock value, I like to call it. Like there's really not much that shocks me anymore. I can say that basically. And when somebody says, "Hey, do you believe in this?" Hey, it's possible, because some of the stuff I've seen doing the energy work itself that I do is beyond some of the stuff that you would think, right? Like it's beyond your imagination. It's like, whoa, I would never have been able to think that up. So,
and that's where Hollywood. That's where there could be like those like kind of ideas that certain things have been leaked out to us to kind of
some things get tapped into, right? Like either they get tapped into because somebody is in their creative mode, they're tapping into their creative genius, or something maybe is influencing and trying to get that out, right?
Absolutely. It's always that's another rabbit hole.
So that's what I think. You can tumble down any rabbit hole, really you could, and enjoy it, right? So
this is a good one. Shayne
this is a good question. I was looking at this question ahead of time.
I've done work,
and I'll let you go first.
I've done both. I like to work at the local animal shelter, y'all. I'm the Reiki practitioner. Before COVID hit, I am the Reiki practitioner for the animals there. And I go and volunteer my time at the animal shelter and have had such great experience with the animals and the fur babies that need that extra bit of healing. Same thing. I work for nonprofits where I teach art and theater. And then spiritually, I've worked at multiple spiritual centers where I offer Reiki, I do readings, you name it. For me, I started really reaching out online a lot more, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago. And at first I kind of would get my toe a little bit wet and like take this class or something, or do this. And then I would get caught up in 3D stuff. And then I'd be like, I'm going to reach out a little bit more. And I guess about 2 years ago, finally I was like, okay, all right, I hear you. Like I kept getting told by spirit, by my team, like, all right, time to go more online. And here we are.
So, and for me, I used to do crystal bowl healings all in person. I'd have clients come to the house. I also used to do like a meditation series with a friend of mine, and we would go and we'd have people come to a fancy house with a pool and stuff, and we'd have a crystal bowl sound bath and a meditation and guided and all the kinds of fun stuff like that too. And for me, offering online was something, I think I started Qigong first, and that was just whimsically, right? And I offered a few Qigong classes online, and I was kind of like, this is kind of fun to do. And then COVID hit, right? So we had to kind of stop doing our in-person courses and not courses, but clients and things like that, right? So
me too.
So it was almost like, okay, well, I'll just do crystal bowl stuff online. And then it ended up coming to a point where I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to offer long distance healing and things like that, instead of doing the healing, in the house. So, it's been a transition the past 2 years, I guess now, doing the online. And it's been better. It's been picking up.
Well, in doing it online, you're able to reach such a broader audience, you know?
True.
So I'm very much for doing work within your own community, very much for
Hmm.
giving back to your own community, but also having that extra of the online aspect, the ability to really create tribe and to make those connections and to build community that go
Yeah,
beyond community,
for
your
sure.
localized community.
So, welcome everybody who's just joined or has joined in the past little bit. If you haven't been here before, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Spiritual Q&A with Shayne and Tiffany. Shayne here with Terrestrial Vibes, Tiffany with Modern Mystic. You can find our links to all our stuff in the video description, as well as I just posted up in the chat. If you didn't get it, I'll post it again here shortly. Also ticking across the bottom. Some of the things we offer. So for me, I offer... the YouTube channel itself has a lot of ways for you to learn and do meditation with me for free. And then also via the Facebook is where you can find all my Facebook offerings as well, where the workshops and things. And of course, the free Sunday Singing Bowl Sound Bath every Sunday, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And of course, me and Tiffany share the Friday evening spot here. Most Fridays, not all Fridays. And yeah, Tiffany, what about you? You've got what going on your websites right now? Tiffany's TikTok is blowing up a little bit.
Oh yeah, my TikTok is, that's where I was like, TikTok. My TikTok is getting a lot larger. And I am currently actually catching up. I'm playing catch up quite a bit. Just because my health has had me, kind of sitting out on the sidelines a little while.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I mean, I'm still doing my stuff. I'm not quite on the sidelines. I haven't been totally benched, y'all. But, I've got a Reiki 2 class that we're finishing up and finishing attunements and certification for Reiki 2. And then a mentoring class that is a psychic development class that we're really getting up and running even more. So I've got
Which is amazing, because that's filling a hole. I think that's filling a hole in the spiritual niche where people aren't getting that like mentorship at the beginning to start them off. They're in like that, holy crap, there's so much and I'm getting bombarded with energy stage. And this gives them a chance to go and get kind of guided and tuned in a little bit better to what's going on spiritually. So I think it's super awesome that you guys started that. So Tiffany's got some super awesome stuff. So check out all the links. Definitely head to the link trees and check them all out. Follow us in all the social media places, all those things. And please, please, please share this out to your favorite social medias all over the place, because that helps us so much, helps us reach a broader spectrum of people, and then allows us to help raise their vibration too, right? So let's get to the next question. This show also, I want to thank you. Oh, you clicked ahead of you skipped ahead. I like to say thank you to everybody who is asking questions. We try to get every single question in. If we miss a question, we're very, very sorry. But we do get most of the questions, I think, in the broadcast. And yeah, the show happens because you guys ask the questions. So thank you so much.
I skipped way ahead. I am so far behind. I'm so sorry. Oh, there's Audrey. Audrey did answer. So I was right on the cryptids. Cryptids would be like Bigfoot, mermaids, werewolves. Absolutely. We have others question way far back. I just don't use it.
That's where I was going. It was right under the last question. I was like, where'd you go?
Don't use a Ouija board.
Ramon said, let's just answer Ramon because he's here. The movie The Others, where we're all ghosts believing we are alive. Can you believe in something you are unable to see? So that's one of those, we were talking about that earlier, right? The question of what do you believe in? What is helping you in your life, right? So it's kind of neat. It's something you should definitely contemplate and talk about with your own self, because existentialism and how we perceive the world around us is kind of an important thing for you to have a kind of stance in. Another important thing is this.
That one.
If you have a Ouija board, get rid of it.
It's not a toy, y'all.
It's not a toy. It shouldn't be
toy.
sold as a toy. It's a divinity item. It actually will work, and it shouldn't be messed with. Spirits that are not of your highest good, know that these things exist as well. We can't stop and think that they're ignorant. They're just glomming on like, oh, we're just some sort of weird monster thing. These things have a consciousness, which is what I say. I depending on the level, right? Depending on how much energy and whatever they pull and where they're from originally, because they could be just a human soul as well, right? That is just tainted with dark energy or dark emotions. Really, it's usually emotions. It's usually the emotions, right? So when you're pulling in anything, even if you're pulling in an ancestor or something with a Ouija board, you never know what you're gonna get, right?
Well, and so you don't, I mean, and we got to remember, sometimes we are looking for answers in such a desperate type of state. Like, let's say a state of grief or something like that, and you're looking for answers for someone that you've lost, that you love very dearly. And when you're going into it like that, inexperienced, unprotected, you don't realize that it's a vast ocean of spirit out there. And you may think that you've made contact because they're giving you specifics. But we have to remember that negative, lower type of energies would have some access to some of that information. And it's just best not to mess with it. And it has so much negative energy attached to it. So much lore that goes with it. It is not clean. It is not a clean way to reach and access with the other side. It is just, it can be very tainted. And so I would just say, don't mess with it.
That's what I say too. Don't mess with it. Get rid of it.
Bury it. I would say bury it. Put it in a tree. Bury it.
Bury it. Yep, bury it in the dirt.
Let it be neutralized.
And that's, we've talked about that before on the show too. It's
it will give you answers. Like
it does give you answers, and but the thing that it does is it brings in those energies that attach to you, and then it starts affecting your life. So we don't want that.
And then another thing is that we've got to understand that portals do exist. We've got to understand that the veil is very thin. And the
especially
veil
right now, it's Halloween, y'all.
Yeah.
We just had to say y'all.
He said y'all. He said y'all.
I'm from Texas of the North, y'all.
From Calgary. I'm over here with 16. You got to remember, coming up on Samhain, we've got, Halloween, we've got so much energies with the other side opened up. And it's just, you got to be extra vigilant and extra cautious.
Yeah. Where do you find the information on your mentorship? Do you have to go to your website? So if you go to the link tree, you click on the website one, and then it'll bring you into the mentor. Where do you go for mentorship?
For mentoring, usually we will put out, some people contact me for mentoring through the groups because I am listed as a mentor. And so from
she's asking about your mentorship training group.
The mentorship training group, we will put out information about it every month, and then collect those who are interested in it. If you're interested in mentorship, we just got started. So message me on my Modern Mystic business page or personally, and we can talk about getting you added. I need to change my business page from a video page to where I can list my services. Because right now my services are hidden.
Oh. That's sad.
It's very frustrating.
Facebook has not been super nice to us with the pages lately. So
no, I've had services listed where I would have the mentorship groups, Reiki 1, Reiki 2. I'm IARP board certified. So that's International Association of Reiki Practitioners. When you take Reiki training through me, you're getting training and certification and attunements from someone who's board certified.
Mhm.
And your certificates, you get a board certified certificate as well. And so, and I have all that listed on my business page, but since my page is a video page, it's not showing up.
Mhm.
So just message me. I got to get that
Just
fixed.
message Tiffany. Do you have it on your? Is it listed on your website? No.
No, I need to get that on my website.
No.
I need to do a
We'll
lot
get
of
it
things.
there. We'll get it there.
I need
How
to do a
can
lot
I
of things.
How can I protect myself from dark entities? So there's quite a few things that you can do. First thing
Don't be
is
afraid.
ask for spiritual help from God, the universe, loving God, your spirit guides, the angels, whatever you believe in, even dragons, if it happens to be dragons.
Archangels.
Archangel Michael,
Jesus is good.
Jesus, Mother Mary, all of
Oh,
them.
any of the
Kuan
Celtic
Yin,
gods, goddesses. Whatever.
any of them.
Any of them. Ascended masters.
Any of the loving ones. They will come with love. Ask them to come with love and protect you with love. That's the first thing you should always do is ask for help from Spirit. Spirit always wants to help. There's no time where Spirit is going to say, no, I can't help you.
Well,
So they're always going to do everything they can do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like your
Second thing.
guardian angels.
Yeah. Second thing you can do is get some sage or some Palo Santo like Tiffany has. I have some here as well. And
I think I kill lighters.
I don't know. It's something to do with your bioenergy. Just like how you affect the radio.
Lighters do not live around me. This is a brand new, seriously.
So one of the other things you can do is crystals. You can have protective crystals. Any crystal basically could be a protective crystal if you program it that way. By programming, I mean you set your intention in the crystal. This crystal is my protection crystal, and I ask God to imbue it with protective energy, or etc. Good crystals for that are anything black.
Black tourmaline.
Black tourmaline, clear quartz. Malachite is a really good one. I like malachite myself for protecting. Clear quartz, yeah.
Tourmalated. It's got black tourmaline with it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. We used to have one of those by our front door so that when people walked in, it would strip and heal them. Because tourmaline's very stripping, right? So if you have a big, giant chunk of tourmaline, people can literally get sick when they walk in your house because of that.
If they're negative.
Tourmaline tearing the cancer right out of them. Like,
oh my God.
So that's another way. Also, I do offer from time to time a spiritual class myself, which is a energy clearing workshop. I don't have one listed right at this moment, but you could watch for one coming soon. Also, I'm looking at evergreening it so that you can basically click and sign into it anytime. So that's coming down the pipeline in the future.
That's the thing, we're working on that.
So we're working on that. Tiffany's got some courses she can teach as well, obviously, that we can put into something that will help you guys at any time, right? So in the meantime, also, you are on my YouTube channel, I believe. So if you're on my YouTube channel, there is a ton of videos there on how to clear your energy, how to do different energy practices and meditations. All that sort of stuff is going to help you. When you raise your vibration, that is another way of protecting your energy from dark entities or dark energies, right? So it's not always dark entities. It could be dark energies. It could be, somebody at work hates you and has been sending this, mental construct at you all day long. Who knows, whatever it is. But if your vibration is high, it's just going to bounce right off. And, yeah.
Come to a place of love. So go to your heart space. And from your heart space, feel that unconditional love that you have within you and allow it to radiate all throughout your being. And surround yourself with that brilliant light of that unconditional love. And it will help you in a shield of protection. I also, I go witchy. So like for me, I will make black salt. And you can look it up, black salt. You can do a perimeter around your house. And that helps as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do the witchy things, the witchy protective stuff.
I cast
Spells.
Yeah.
Spells, even just a word spell like "This is my space and only my energy can be here."
Declare
That's the one
sovereignty.
I've used. That's one I've used a lot. This is my space and only my energy can be here. And if you say that strongly with conviction and you believe in it, it will cast out everything besides your energy, because that's how strong your conviction is, and that's how strong your willpower is
Free will.
when you use it in conjunction with energy work, or when you use it in conjunction with your belief system, right? So having that belief, you have to know that it's going to do it. And that's one of the big things that I teach in my energy clearing workshop as well, is like
Do a declaration. Yeah. A declaration of sovereignty.
Declaration. Yeah. I usually recommend a really good one to people as well.
It's in legal terms.
Excuse me. During my healing. Speaking of, I'm going to have to
get you some water. The declaration of sovereignty that Shayne uses is in legal terminology. So it is absolutely phenomenal because it does not leave any stone unturned. So it's about declaring your sovereignty, declaring yourself as a free sovereign being, and knowing that when it comes down to it, this is a free will universe. You must be able to declare that sovereignty. Good job.
Yep.
I was trying to clear everything, but you needed to get your Palo Santo.
You need that power touch. You can only do so much with love, really.
Hey, I was coming at it with some power.
Power love. Power love.
Power.
Lisa has another question here. So thank you, Lisa, for all your questions. And it says, can I talk about cannabis and spirituality?
Of course.
So for me, the way I look at it this way, and I smoke cannabis myself. If you're using cannabis to raise your vibration or to heal something in your body, then I think it's a very spiritual medicine. And if you treat it as a spiritual medicine, like, we're allowed to, in Canada, we're allowed to grow our own. So we're doing that. So we're treating it like our own spiritual plant, and we're giving it love energy and all that sort of thing in the plant itself. It's super awesome. But I think if you're doing, sidetrack, but if you're doing that, if you're treating your medicine like it's a spiritual medicine to help you raise your vibration or to help you heal from something, I think it's great. I think you can definitely...
raise your vibration. Open your channels.
Yeah, it definitely does help you focus. It taps into your creative mind, helps you bridge the gap between both the logical and creative side of your brain. From a physiological standpoint, it's very good for you. I mean, there's lots of advantages to using it, but if you are using it and you are using it as a crutch to escape the world, to escape the 3D, or to escape the emotions, most of us do, who want to use it to escape the emotions inside that we're not dealing with and we're hiding, which is preventing us from any spiritual growth we're doing. Because if you have emotions and you're not dealing with them, you're not ascending.
Come out.
You're not ascending, so you have to. So if you're using it in that regard, then it's not good for you. So it's up to you to decide, cannabis user or not, whether it's something that would be high vibrational for you or whether you're using it as a crutch to run away.
I've got CBD oil in my vape, and it helps me because I deal with the anxiety issues. And it helps me with my inflammation and with my pain levels with the lupus and the fibro. So, I treat it as such, and, it is a type of medicine that helps. So, like Shayne said, it depends on you and what angle, which reasons you're using something for, because it's a plant, it's a medicine. It's been used in cultures forever.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time, that one. What's the next question? Hello, everybody. If you're just joining, welcome to the show. I'm Shayne, and this is Tiffany sitting beside me with her lovely pink hair.
Oh, no.
Dun, dun,
We're
dun.
so behind. I'm so
Oh
behind.
man, I clicked the wrong one. Holy crap, where am I?
I'm so behind. I'm trying to keep up, y'all,
This
but
one. This is what I was trying to. This was the one I was trying to get to. I feel like my soul is connected to my cat. It's crazy. She makes me feel so much better when
why
I
would it
get
be?
depressed or really anxious. So when she comes and sits by me or on me. So cats
Are
are
you
very
mean?
aware.
Oh, yeah.
They're half in the spiritual world and they're half in our world, and they are very healing. They're also one of the only animals that you can see meditating on their own. They're like, I'm a cat.
Oh, yeah.
So when they're coming to lie on you, they're definitely healing you. They're definitely doing energy work with you.
Their purr vibrates at a frequency that they are healing you with their purr.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's
Boop,
your
boop,
familiar,
boop.
sweetheart.
That's your familiar, yeah. Cats are awesome. I have a cat. It's not in here at the moment. Sometimes it's in here, but
He has two, actually. He has two
well,
that are like,
one
he's got
is
the
one
black
is my
cat.
roommate's cat.
Yes, well, but they both, one likes to come sleep in your laundry basket.
Yeah.
I've
Laundry
got two
baskets.
cats
Cats
too.
love laundry baskets. You really.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
no
their
denying that.
spiritual fortress for them.
I'm so behind.
Yeah, we're pretty far behind, but that's okay. Audrey wants to know what
Um,
our favorite books and TV shows to watch and read are. I think that's an interesting question because we don't usually answer questions like that.
and
What do
if Sovereign is interested, Phoenix, if you're interested in mentoring, or even with Lisa, we've got that mentoring group that just started, and so you can message me as well.
You're like way behind. Audrey is asking what our favorite books and TV shows are. For me, I still watch I like movies. I like lots of action. I think that it's a fun escape. For me, that's a fun escape. As far as books go, I don't usually read much any day nowadays unless it's a spiritual book or things like that. Information books. I used to read for pleasure a lot more when I was younger.
Mine was
But
escapism.
yeah, escaping in a book. But now it's more of like, what can I learn from this book? Because I don't have as much time during the day to read a book. So, like I mentioned, I like my movies still. I like my action movies and my Marvel shows and your well done stories. I like that. But as far as books, it's always something spiritual. What can I learn? I think I've got a Thich Nhat Hanh book about
Beautiful.
the Buddha's 4 discussions on transformation that I'm reading right now. I've got a book about the inner alchemy with your 5 elements and emotions by Mantak Chia, which is super awesome for emotional work from a more Taoist standpoint, I guess, which you don't see a lot of because you see a lot of mind work from that side of things. So it's kind of nice to see how your emotions tie into different things, elemental wise, right? Like what is fire, what is water, etc.
It's beautiful. I'm like you. I read more on the spiritual end of things. Now I'm not disappearing into, entire book series and not, surfacing for like a month until I finish an entire series. like I used to anything mysteries. I love reading mysteries. And if they had like a fantasy sci-fi twist to it, I was there for that. Like I have every Charlene Harris book there is. But and I ended up actually though, I'm kind of a nerd. Like Shayne, I've read the Bible multiple times, y'all, like in different printed versions of it. I've read the Bhagavad Gita, which is basically the Hindu text. I've read the Book of Tao. I've read so much, but here lately, I've really been soaking in a lot of Christopher Penczak's work. Christopher Penczak, he is amazing He works with Laurie Cabot. He was a student of Laurie Cabot, and he is Wiccan. And his books on psychic development, shielding, are just amazing. I just finished a book called The Witch's Shield, and that book I recommend it over most books I've come across because it is so well written, so encompassing, and it is so practical. And I'm just starting a book by his called The Witch's Coin. And it's about abundance, manifestation. And it's about how, so often we block our own abundance because we're not going at it from the perspective of this is something that's already existing. It's something that is already in the works. It's something that's already there. We're going at it from a perspective of lack. And there is no lack in the universe.
Those are interesting. Definitely interesting books, those ones.
No, they're very good. TV show, I watch GaiaTV.com.
Gaia TV, yeah. It's fun to watch Gaia TV too.
I love Dr. Espinosa stuff. His stuff, it just, all of his, did I get it right?
Dr. Joe.
Dr. Joe. Yeah. That I like, I've been watching, it's called Blessing the Energy Centers. In a way, a mentor is a spiritual coach. It depends on what someone needs, Lisa. So for mentoring, if someone wants to study specifically psychic development, then we would focus more on the psychic development aspect. If someone wants to focus more on spirituality as a whole, then we could do it more as a spiritual coach. Yeah.
A mentor can be a mentor for anything, really, because
I'm a certified life coach. I've got almost done with my master's in counseling psychology. I just need to finish my LPC hours. But so I'm a certified life coach and a certified spiritual coach. So I've gone at it from that angle as well. That's a good one.
No. I knew you might like that one.
Mine, no. I live in Texas. I come from the Bible Belt. My family is very Southern Baptist, and I have always been different. So it's just a few have been more open and wanting to talk to me or ask questions more out of being open and curiosity rather than dumping their books at me. But, others just want to judge, condemn, and not listen to anything I have to say anyway. So I just usually say we're not going to talk about religion or politics. Because I'm different on both.
Yeah. And one thing we don't talk about here is politics as well. Unless they're, we're talking about aliens or something. For me, my family members are kind of divided. My dad is actually who got me into doing meditation and started handing me spiritual books when I was in my teens. So he's very spiritual on that side of things. My mom is as well kind of a believer, but not really a doer. So it all depends. And my brother is definitely not. So
my dad has gotten better. I've always collected crystals. I've always done tarot. It wasn't a secret. Well, I guess some family members didn't really realize it, but those who are directly close to me, I've always had incense. I've always had essential oils and done witchy things. I was very much a witch in past lives. That's a whole other thing, talking about past lives. Oh, Lord. But my dad recently, has become more curious, kind of like with Shayne, able to have that conversation in an open, unjudgmental way.
Yeah. I think it all depends. So if your family is not supportive or your family is supportive, I mean, for me, I don't talk to some of my family because of how unsupportive they are. Not just that, just everything, your entire, just how negative they are. Really, if they're not helping you, they're against you. And if they were my friend, I would probably not talk to them either. So I started looking at it that way. And
yes, but
some people have that, like, but you're my brother,
I have been told, by a few family, and that by being witchy, I'm doing the devil's work and I'm going to hell.
Oh, well, sad for you.
I was just like, well, I'm sad for you for thinking that.
Both. Sad for you because by having fun on the way down too. Are you going to go in the handbasket?
I was just like,
hey,
wow,
Leon.
that is such a very sad way of looking at the world. Okay.
Leon says, what's up? And I say, Leon. What's up, Leon? We are doing spiritual Q&A.
I got another one in here. We had a few people. We got Paola. Oh, hi, Billy. We got Billy watching. We've got Alora. We have a lot of people. I'm just loving Lisa. Lisa is awesome.
So I was going to answer that question about what's up. We're doing spiritual Q&A, and we're answering your spiritual questions this evening. So thank you all for joining us on this spiritual journey of learning. And if I could remind you to please share this out, hit that like button, and let us know in the comments if you have a question. And yeah, welcome to everybody who's joined in the past little while. If we haven't said hi, hello.
Yeah, and if you haven't told us where you're from, please tell us where you're from. We always like to hear that.
Yeah. Freya, come here and sit.
Is Freya want to come in with you?
Freya is here, and well, Celeste has a guest, and Freya's freaking out. I don't know why. Hey, Freya.
Do you need to go take care of her? We're almost at the 56
No, she's right here.
Mark. We have a few more questions.
She's right here in the room. I'm giving her cuddles right now.
Oh, Freya's so beautiful. We can't see her. Can you show them her?
No, she's heavy. She's 85 pounds. I can't just lift her up on my lap.
Angle.
Oh, Freya, you can hear her. I can't see the screen. I'm out on the screen.
I've shown Rosie before. There she is. Hi, pretty girl.
Freya, you're on TV.
Hi,
she's
beautiful. Oh my gosh. And that's a perfect question to go along with this from Angelica. Is that why I became obsessed with cats during COVID? Yeah, I was so stressed during the early pandemic. Now she has 8 cats and they make her so happy. You know what? That is amazing. 8 is a good number. Yeah. That's an infinity symbol. That's an infinity number. And that is, the cats are there to help protect you and heal you.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, Gaia. Everybody says yes, Gaia. Everybody likes Gaia. Gaia's great.
Gaia TV is amazing.
Good morning, Nikki from New Zealand. It's evening here. I'm assuming it's morning. Is it morning or afternoon?
Oh, I like this one from Alora. That is true. That's very similar with me, Alora. Like from a baby, I was like that. I was hyper aware like you. And things that I would say, were just so different and out there. So like my dad, was always more open and would try to help me protect myself. And so very, very similar, Alora.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Popped on to say, we've got Jody. Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody. Welcome. Hi, Kimberly.
I think we're caught up.
Good evening. I think we're caught up, actually. Are we caught up?
Nikki?
You guys have any questions? We're answering your spiritual questions. So.
He said, we're answering spiritual questions. Oh, wait, you didn't say it like that.
Questions.
You did a question.
Give us some questions, people. Otherwise, we're going to end the show.
Well, and honestly, thank y'all for those of you that are participating so much. Because
I'm just kidding.
Without you, we don't have a show. Y'all
Pretty
are our
much.
show.
You are the show, not us. We're just here on the show with you guys.
And we're here to try to help in any ways that we can. We're here to help offer information in the best to our ability.
Jody has a good question. Thanks, Jody. Connection to the earth is gone lately. How do I channel it back? How do you reconnect? One of the best ways is the grounding exercise that we do where we visualize roots growing out of our feet or out of our butt down into the ground, right? Jody says she's still meditating on the rock in the woods, but she's not feeling as connected. So doing the visualization might work. Another way you can do that is to use crystals. Like, Tiffany's like, use those crystals.
I'm holding crystals. You can get
Connect with a crystal. Yeah. And what I was going to say is another thing you could do is offer back to Mother Earth, offer back to in some way. So I don't know what that would entail, but that's just what I'm feeling in my intuition is offering
Go for a
something back.
walk.
Like when you go out to the forest and the woods, you know, like
Offer your love to nature.
Offering something back to nature, yeah. And that will help that connection as well. So it's kind of like going both ways then.
Oh, I just saw what you were, okay. At the rock that she goes and sits on when she's connecting in nature, I'm feeling almost like she has a connection with like the nature people or the fae in that area. So I'm thinking she could go and like leave some crystals for them at her rock.
Yeah,
take them to flowers.
There you go. Or flowers or fruits.
Oh, yes. They love milk and honey.
Fruits.
She definitely can take a salt bath. Take a salt bath.
Another thing we could do is do a clearing. So I offer a 3-night clearing. It's cheap. It's only $25. Super worth it. We coordinate a meditation together about half an hour before your bedtime. And then the healing continues for that half an hour. And then through the next 3 nights, like that night and the next 2 nights.
Jody needs it. Yes,
Jody needs it.
Get with Shayne. Send him a message.
So this here, I'm just in a funk. If you can't get yourself out of a funk, something's affecting you. Usually it's keeping you in a funk. So that's where I come in. That's where the clearing, the energy clearings that I do help so many people. If you would like, you can always head over to Linktree, head over to the Facebook page, and there's a post on my page where all my reviews are, and you can check all the reviews. So in the Linktree is my booking service there as well, so you can book into the services. Tiffany's as well in her Linktree are all there if you want to book in for her tarot readings or for her things as well. Reiki healing as well.
Kimberly, you can message me. I see a message from Kimberly also about a mediumship. Kimberly, you can message me, but if you are feeling him present with you, you're an empath and as well. So if you're feeling him around you, then trust what you're picking up, trust what you're getting, or you can reach out to me and we can check it out.
Hi, Janet. Or Jeanette.
Hi, Janet Davenport.
Jeanette. Bonjour, Jeanette. That's how I would say it.
Bonjour. I would say hey.
I saw this. Actually, I recognize Jeanette's name because from my live stream on Sunday, she came in late and missed the live, but did send me some stars. So thank you very much.
Aww. Thank you for stars. I still don't have them on my Modern Mythic business page. Facebook does not like me there. Sad day.
Facebook. Sad for Facebook. Sad days. Why do I only sometimes know things but not always? So I'm assuming this means your intuition and not always your claircognizance. Sometimes you know things. Sometimes you don't need to know things. Sometimes your free will is there. So if you... so with regards to the messages, like how I get... Yes. sometimes there's blocks like, hey, how come I'm not getting the messages? Sometimes spirit is blocking on purpose because you don't need the messages and you have free will. And they want you to use your free will and make the choice that way. So
And
sometimes
there's
I
some
get
things
this.
we don't need to know that is not in the
Yeah.
highest good or best interest.
Yeah, sometimes you're just digging for drama, or you're digging for
The
background story that you don't need really to do the spiritual work.
You need to do
So-
chakra work, though. You need to do some chakra work and finish opening up those chakras. That's what you got going on. You got some blocks. And so once you clear up your channel, raise that vibration.
Angelica has I've talked to, and I know Angelica. She's one of my clients. And also, Angelica also books her family in before herself.
Oh, okay.
And we've talked about this. So
I could do Reiki on her if she wants to set up a session, and we can kind of see what blocks are going on, because she's very claircognizant, but she does have some blocks around doubting herself to the point to where she doesn't believe what she's picking up.
Well, there's always that little bit of doubt, right? Until you're like even nowadays, I still get a little twinge of that every once in a while. I'm going,
Oh yeah,
that's a little odd. Okay, I guess we live in this weird life, this weird spiritual life.
Oh, this is.
I'm lucky. I have a roommate too that's very spiritual.
This is a good one too. That kind of goes along with it.
Yeah. So, part of the energy clearing workshop stuff I do as well when I do my energy clearing workshops is it helps with this. Ask your spirit guides to turn everything down. They will help you. Your spirit team.
Say, this is too much. I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm picking up too much information, too much emotions, too much energy from people, places, and things. Wear black tourmaline, wear some grounding crystals, some protective stones. Essential oils are great. I would recommend like a good grounding type of essential oil, like a good lavender sage or something like that. And then ask your team to help you turn it down and practice with grounding yourself, because sometimes we're just really ungrounded as well. And so we're not standing in our power as much as we really need to be standing in our power. So then we get bombarded with too much emotions. And set boundaries. That is an empath thing 101. Set boundaries.
That's real boundaries, like we talk about in relationships with other people, but also in spiritual relationships as well. So
yes,
that's where that declaration of sovereignty comes in again. So for those of you who are at the beginning of the show, we talked about declaration of sovereignty, declaring to the universe that you are a sovereign being and that these energies can't be affecting you, all that sort of stuff. So get right into it.
She's not shielded.
So she got a chakra necklace. Make sure that's charged. Put it in the spiritual energies of the moon on your windowsill to charge overnight, and imbue.
Hold it in your hand and set intention
with that intention. Yes, of it being a protective crystal.
Imbue.
Imbue.
I-M-B-U-E. Imbue. He's like gonna Google. Is that the right word?
Imbue.
Imbue. He did it
fun with the
4
English
times,
language.
5 times.
Well, did it on yours, and mine, and then it's also going to do it on in the groups too. Don't worry.
I love it. Set the intention. And shield yourself in a bubble of white light. Nothing negative can affect you.
Also, Jeanette, there's some videos on my YouTube that will help you as well. So follow me on the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and
do it.
It will. There's some short videos, there's some longer videos. So type in energy clearing or energy shielding into the search bar once you're in my channel, and you should find those videos as well, where you're just clearing your energy so that other people's aren't energy.
She needs to do your affirmations.
Right? Yeah. Oh, I have those too on my channel.
Uh-huh. Wink, wink. She needs to do the affirmation.
Links to the channels, links to all the things coming up here.
And thank you, Angelica said I was spot on. Thank you, Angelica. Yes, girl, I got you. I felt your energy. I was trying not to read because I'm not doing readings, but I had to. I tapped in on accident, so I was supposed to tell you that.
It's almost hard. It's hard when you're that tappy-inny, right?
Tappy-inny? I'm like,
So I'm feeling this is a natural closure point. Are you?
Yeah. This was really, really good.
Yeah. So thank you everybody so much for joining us tonight. Unless there's any last questions that pop up, but yeah, you were spot on, totally, right?
Thank you, Jeanette.
Everybody's
Thank you,
happy.
Angelica.
Thank you guys for your questions. Thank you for joining us through this tonight. Like I mentioned, and like you can find in the links, all of our stuff is there. Follow Tiffany's TikTok, which is blowing up. Head over to the Modern Mystic page because it's blowing up too, and make sure you're followed and you can catch all her stuff there.
And if you want to book a reading, then you can just message me on Modern Mystic.
Join the mentorship program. Join all her groups. They are the best groups for spirituality learning on Facebook. So definitely check out all of those. And I say that every time, right? And then for my own stuff, you can see me on Sunday, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live or YouTube Live for the next Singing Bowl Sound Bath. And that is at 1 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Eastern. Did I say that?
Beautiful. You got it.
So that's coming up next week. And yeah, if you are looking for energy healing, energy clearing, that sort of thing, definitely book into one of my services there as well. Also, I do offer, I think we mentioned Qigong earlier, I do offer one-on-one Qigong lessons as well. So
amazing.
Over the internet. So from anywhere. So you could be in New Zealand or somewhere else and get Qigong. So yeah, that's what's coming up for me. See you guys on Sunday and maybe next Friday with Tiffany again. We'll see.
Yay! I would love that. Thank y'all so much for being so awesome. Just love y'all. And we appreciate you. And we hope that everyone had a good full moon. And make sure you are taking care of yourself. Rest, relaxation, and drink plenty of water.
Yep, lots of water. I always say that too. So until next time, once again, thank you all for your lovely questions. It doesn't happen without you guys. So you guys are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you everyone who shared this out to all your favorite places because you are also super, super wonderful. And we love you all. And we are love.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.